Hello, I'm Jeff Patterson. This is Daniel Tran. Today we're going to look at a pretty cool series I learned from Guro from the Lameco Eskrima, and it's a dagger to dagger drill. We're working hammer fist to hammer fist today. We do it with the ice pick as well, but today we're going to look at some variations with the ice pick. And normally we'll play this on a 1 through 12 striking system. Today, just for purposes of the video, we're going to look at it through 1 through 5 and show you variations. But if you can do 1 through 5, 1 through 12 is the exact same thing. You're doing the same techniques off of the forehand side and the backhand side all the way through the system. So we're going to just show you a little bit on the angling, how to position the body, get around the blade, and deal with some of the points of contact where you want to make the thrust and the slash. So we're going to start just off of the number 1 position. So on the number 1, we're going to do what we call a pass and cut. And one of the mistakes that I commonly see people do when they do the pass and cut is the dagger will come in and they'll parry the dagger right in front of their face. So when I come in, I want to pop the dagger a little bit up as I pass and cut to kind of lift it up over my head, so it's kind of coming this way as opposed to like right in front of my face here. So when I come up on the pass and cut, I'm going to come here and then thrust right underneath the rib cage, turn the dagger over and pull it out. As I'm zoning around to the other side, I'm going to slash with the backhand side of the dagger, come over the top and go to the neck. So again, it looks like this when I come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of fast here, but this, when I come in here, this is a stick, a slash, and a slash. So you're getting quite a few marks in here as I go, as well as this one here. All of those most likely are enough to stop things, but we just kind of go with the flow and come here. That's number 1. Also, one more detail to point out as we're going to do on all of these variations is anytime there's a weapon or even with striking, oftentimes I don't want to stand right in front of my opponent. So when he feeds me that strike, I'm zoning and always coming around that back side, and notice how I'm keeping that pressure on him. I'm always monitoring that hand. Just in case this didn't make that dagger disappear and he didn't let go of it from here, I'm sticking on that hand as I'm doing whatever else I need to do to finish the fight. So number 2, or the backhand. When I come in on number 2, I'm going to do this pass and cut, and I can hit to the forearm, to the bicep, or to the outside of the neck as I pass and cut. And then from here, my first stick is in the armpit. And then I rip it out, cut back, cut again, and cut here. So on number 2, it's 1, 2, rip, cut, cut, cut. So almost the same technique. Notice how I'm going to the inside instead of the outside off of the strike. Now basically I'm going to do those same 2 things off all 5 of the first basic angles. So when he feeds me in number 3, now I'm back to the outside and I do the same thing I did on number 1. He feeds me the number 4, and again, just like that number 1, I don't want to do this. I want to here and here. And do number 4 again, please. So 1, 2, 3, and coming around the backside here. And then on number 5, on this one, I can go to the outside and do like I did on number 1, or on the number 5, I can go to the inside and do like I've done off of 2 and 4. So when we play this, what we're going to do right now is we're going to feed each other 1 through 5, and then we're going to look at how we can play it with a bit of random activity where we're just kind of feeding random strikes and looking for the entry to come in and do the technique. So real basic, we'll go through it a few times together. Let's do it once slowly, and then we'll do it once with a little bit of pepper and kind of play it a little bit. So he feeds me the number 1, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 2. 3, 4, 5, and I could go inside or outside here, and I'll feed him 1 through 5. Good. Now we're just going to flow through it and kind of play it a little bit, kind of at about a normal training speed. So he feeds 2. And let's go one more round. Nice. Okay, so that's the basic game and the basic pattern. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit where we can do this back and forth, or we can do this where one of us is the coach and we're feeding. Today we're just going to go relax and play it back and forth so you can kind of see some different variations. But when we're feeding 1 through 5 now, he feeds us, say, the number 1. I can pass and cut the number 1. I could just pass the number 1. I could stop the number 1. I can pass from the inside with the dagger, or stop and pass, or I could outside pass with the dagger, or I could cut to the forearm. So I have a lot of different variations that I could do to just kind of go with that strike and defend that strike. So what he's going to do now, and to keep it simple for the video, we're just going to do random 1 through 5. Normally we'd play random 1 through 12. But say, for example, I'm going to feed Daniel nice and easy 1 through 5 in any order. So maybe I start here and he responds. And remember, he's using any one of those variations. He can pass and cut, he can stop, he can slash the forearm. He doesn't know what strike I'm coming in with. And then whenever he's ready, he's going to come in and do the pattern. And now he's the feeder, and I'm responding. And then I go, and now I'm the feed. I might move a little bit, change angles. And now he's the feed. Here. And so we can play like this where kind of make it a little more lively, playing some randomness to the techniques. This is a really fun game to play. There's different variations of this, and maybe we'll throw up some other videos here in the near future to kind of give you some other things to think about when you're playing this. But I hope you enjoy the techniques. It's a pretty cool system to learn and very practical. Anytime, of course, if the daggers come, somebody pulls a dagger on you, the first thing you want to do is not think about fighting. If you can get away, you get away. But if he pulls that dagger on me, I want to think about, how can I defend this? And the best thing to do is to stay in long range and just try to get rid of that grip so he doesn't have the dagger, if I have a dagger. There's lots of really valuable ideas in this. Hopefully you got some things you guys can take home and practice and train. And we appreciate you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.